the private automobile. You know what I'm saying? That's what my right. That's what our rights are, and I can't stress this enough. There's people that will try and tell you that no, they don't have to give you a piece of paper. They don't have to give you proof that they can take your liberty. They don't have to give you proof of that. No, they have to. They absolutely must. And you know, if for some reason they figured out a loophole to where they don't have to now, then we need to get that back, because cops should be telling you why they want to put you in jail before they can even lay a finger on you, because that was severely protected by the founders. Right. Is that not some government entity just can't grab you and then make up a reason later for why they threw you in jail.
Okay.
You know?
So we'll get back to Randolph. 2 weeks in Randolph County you spent there, correct?
Yep.
At that point, I guess there was state's attorney or district attorney from Beloit had gotten.
I had no contact with the outside world.
Had all of your stuff sent to them, your bag, your video.
The sheriff did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Then they send somebody.
The sheriff's ultimately responsible for it, because he's the one that I told them, I need to show you this video. I'm in your county now, I need to show you this video. He should have, you know, I'm a guy that was just involved in 2 high-speed chases across state lines, and the guy does not sit down for 45 minutes and watch my video. I mean, that is just...
Okay.
What's going on? What's going on?
Presumed you guilty by flights. So.
Yeah, man.
And you know, when that happens, like I said, I'm not a police officer.
But if I'm sitting here saying, look, I got video that explains why I fled from one place, cross state lines, I had 7 cops chasing me, and then fled from you guys. And aren't you kind of curious again about why I did that? Here's the video. You know what I mean? And he wouldn't look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think everybody else is going, hey, I've got video of my innocence.
Right.
It's not like, you know, that's not something that happens every day.
Well, they didn't tell you.
Video of my innocence.
Tell you to show it to the judge or something. Some smart.
No, he said that he actually paid me lip service. He said, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll sit down later on and this and that, just trying to make me shut up.
Make you compliant, right? Okay.
Yep.
So at that point, 2 weeks, Randolph County. You get extradited. What happens then?
All right, before the extradition, I want to say that I could not talk to anybody. I got 1 phone call the entire time that I was there for 2 weeks, and I only had 5 minutes, and I wasn't able to get through to anybody reliable anyway. There's one guy that I was able to talk to, and that was this public defender that I didn't want a public defender, and he basically, you know, under protest, arrest, and coercion, I signed the extradition order, because he's like making all kinds of threats, basically telling me, well, they can keep you in here for 45 days, and that's not good for anything. You know what I mean? It won't count towards anything.
Right.
And so I mean, after enough time sitting in solitary confinement, you know, any contact with the outside world, you don't know if you're going to be there forever or not. You know, I finally signed that. You know, I signed it under protest, under duress. I signed the extradition. They put me with PC. I think it's PCI. I'm not sure if the exact name of it. The Prisoner Transport Industries. I think maybe might be what it was, but they transported me from Wisconsin to Illinois via 5 other states, okay? And I was in the back of a van with, and again, I haven't been convicted of anything yet,
right? Okay,
I'm in the back of a van with 7 other guys in like, it's like one of those little minivans, not a big van, a minivan, and it's tight in there, shackled, hands and feet, and in order to, you know, to try and get a little sleep, you just kind of had to lean over like this in order to try and get a little bit of sleep.
And how long did that trip take?
It was 40 hours, and then they dropped us off at a jail when we were able to get a bunk for a night, because they can't do it for longer than 48 hours. But that's their company policy. They can't drive you around for longer than 48 hours. So they can do it up to 48 hours. They can keep you in the back of that van, feed you McDonald's and Burger King. You know, oh my God. But anyway. So finally then, I got to Randolph to Rock County Jail, and there was a bunch of different hearings. There was like 8 different hearings. I was in and out of that courtroom. The judge kept dragging, you know, having me removed from the courtroom because he couldn't get me to plea. I was argumentative with him. because, and that's not the way to do it. I'll say that right now. But I was argumentative because I was pissed off. You know what I mean?
Did that attribute to your combative statins that they said they given you? Okay.
No. Just because I assert my rights and I'm angry, and they believe that anger leads to violence, and that's BS because my anger leads to studying how to fix this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what my anger leads to.
You also mentioned that I guess they went ahead and entered your home at some point.
Yep.
While you were incarcerated.
Yep.
And do you know when that was?
As far as I know, it was the next day. They busted down my door. They went in there and they stole at least over $10,000 worth of silver coins that they had in their possession, that the prosecutor lied on the record in court and said that they didn't have it when I was trying to get my bail reduced.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They took over $8,000 worth of my computer equipment, all of my stuff for power bank and everything like that. My business is taking a major hit. It's offline, so they've destroyed my business as well. Again, haven't been convicted of anything yet.
And then, of course, your vehicle was impounded, and we don't.
And my vehicle, and I lost my vehicle. Yeah, and I lost my vehicle, and they wouldn't give it back to me because they said it was not. It didn't have a valid state registration. But I don't have to have a valid state registration for a private automobile.
So while you're in police custody, they went ahead and entered your home. Did they secure the house when they were done?
No.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
We talked about that. They didn't even secure the house. The door was left wide open, which is one of the reasons why I left my area too, because I don't even have one neighbor that could walk over it and re-secure the door for me. You know? But yeah, for 3 months the door was wide open, and they even called me a few times telling me neighbors reported a break-in. You know, the neighbors can call and report a break-in, but they can't go over and secure the door of my home. I don't know. Could you watch your neighbor across the street knowing that they're not able to get to their house and their door's swinging free? Wouldn't you go over there and maybe put a nail in it or something? I don't know. But so anyway, yeah, it was 5-finger discounted multiple times. I mean, they got anything that was of any solid value out of my home. You know, thankfully I didn't grab pictures and stuff like that.
Right, things that couldn't be replaced.
Right.
All right, so when you get back to Rock County,
for my kids is on my computers and stuff.
You were there
They've got that.
2.5 months.
Yeah, I was in Rock County jail for about 2.5 months. You know, I think it was released on.
So let's talk a little bit more about the about prosecuting attorney and bail hearings.
Right. Okay. At the multiple times on almost every occasion I was in there, and I was citing the 8th Amendment. I believe it was the 8th Amendment, where no excessive bail shall be charged. Not to mention there should be no cruel or unusual punishment. I got both of those.
Are you referring to the 40 hours in 7 states?
Oh, absolutely. And then just everything else. Just being treated like a subhuman by guards because they assume that you're innocent. Because we're innocent. They assume that you're guilty. We're totally guilty until proven innocent. Those guards are programmed. It's like, oh, well, you must have done something wrong because you're in here. And I'm trying to tell everybody that I'm not supposed to be here. Yeah, right. You know, if you're obeying the law, you wouldn't be in here. So, in order, if you have broken the law, if some cop comes and takes you, puts you in his police car, and then brings you down to the station and they strip you and change you into the jumpsuit, you've broken the law. It doesn't matter what you've done, or even if you've done anything or not. The fact is, once you get put in there, you're guilty. And it's really that bad here, too. So
the prosecuting attorney, I'm assuming, labeled you as a flight risk?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said I'm a flight risk in that, even though I have a house, I have a business, I'm very visible online, I have a well-traveled YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying, that I'd like to obviously keep updating.
Just in your own perception, would you have thought you were a flight risk? I mean, when you crossed state lines and traveled to something like that?
I explained the reason why I did that. Okay. You know what I mean? The only time I'm a flight risk really is when you smash out the window. Is when you smash the window out to my truck and you're yelling and screaming at me, and then you take guns out and point them at my head. Then I become a flight risk.
Okay. Fair enough. No. And so on that,
I think
okay.
most people do at that point, you know, or they're just, you know, like
So
lay down and take it.
in that same statement, you know, about the flat risk, let's talk a little bit about what happened in bail hearings.
Okay. The bail hearing, when multiple times, like I said, I was telling the judge that this is excessive bail. They took all my money.
What did they set your bail on?
$10,000.
Okay, so you had to come up with a grand of that?
No. It's not until you come up with the full amount.
Oh, okay, okay.